I'm back looking as stylish as ever. It's your boy G once again here for the round 15 Waratah wrap. So let's get it in. I don't want to waste no more time. I'm feeling good. Burr is getting cold in here in Sydney, so I'm ready to drop these scores for you. So let's check it out. So let's jump right into the championships men's round. The first game we got on hand was the Grand Valley rematch. This is the second time this team's met this year, and it's the Manly Eagles taking on the Comets. The Sea Eagles were down by 2 with 4 seconds to go, but Big Stevie just blaze from three-point line sealed the match with a killer 3 to give Manly the incredible win. My man, Lockie Curran for the home side and Big Tommy Dawson for the Comets were best on the court. They both dropped 21 points, making it even. The Newcastle Hunters have been able to retain a 3-game winning streak after defeating the Hills Hornets at home this weekend. Russell Hinder and Justin Heyman leading the charge, combining for 53 points. In the Hornsby Spiders doubleheader weekend, they went down to Illawarra Hawks after being up at halftime. The Hawks' Tommy the Gun Garlip was outstanding on 39 points from the home side. Boy got it going and was no stopping the gun. While on Sunday, the Spiders were able to redeem themselves to the shocking loss to the Central Coast Crusaders. Hornsby, with 5 players in double figures, were able to snatch an 8-point victory over the visitors. Young Pat Emery was the best on the court, hitting them with 24 points. In our next matchup, the Maitland Mustangs were able to come down to the Shire and pick up a road win in the Sharks' hometown. Now let's jump right into the Bears game, where it was a tight game going into the half, where the Bruins was all over them boys. But you know what? The boys pulled it together with a great performance from Eric Dorback, cooking up like G Mamba. And let's not mention the tag team duo between Jazz and El Boogie, hooking up from deep. Now let's slide over to the championship women's round. The Newcastle Hunters were able to put on a show for their fans after they were able to make light work of the Hills Hornets at home. And we got Sophie Kleeman and Allison Esbury combining for 36 of Newcastle's 61 points. That's how you get it done. Now the ladies of Illawarra Hawks were able to get the upset win over the informed Hornsby Spiders at their home court this weekend. Renee, the Gun Garlip, back to her best with 21 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 assists, placing the Hawks now in the second spot on the ladder. And for the rest of the weekend, we saw Manly steal a 2-point victory over the Comets. Jamie Cohen, despite the loss, was still the best on the court, dropping a double-double. Now, I've been taking heat, saying I missed out on the Bears girls last week, so my bad. This week, the Bears got it done on the road. Of course, my girl Lainey dropped her 25 points, and she was best on the court. My bad, ladies. I won't forget again. Now let's get into the Div 1 men's scores. The Tamworth Thunderbolts weekend double has allowed them to slide into 3rd place. Kyle Grumpton scoring 33 points over the weekend. In a little bit of a local derby, the Show Heaven Tigers went head-to-head with the Wagga Heat. The visitors was just too good for the Tigers, which Gage Day making it rain with 36 points, while in the derby just a little further west, the Lithgow Lasers were able to defeat the Gold Miners on the road. Kieran Osborne, high scorer in that one, dropping 30 points for the Miners despite the loss. For the few remaining matches in the Division 1 men's, saw the Sydney Uni Lions score the weekend double, defeating both St. George and Southo, while the Jets were able to make it 2 in a row, defeating the Razorbacks on the road, with Newcastle, the Bruins, and Canberra Gunners all getting a home victory. Now it's time to give you the Division 1 women's scores. In the Central Venue weekend, the Wagga Wagga Blaze have showed their dominance, winning all 3 of their matches over the weekend, closely followed by the Newcastle, who were able to get 2 out of the win of their 3 matches. Although a bit of an underdog, the Gold Miners were not only able to crack over 100 points in their matches, but they also have climbed into 2nd place in the competition ladder after the weekend's efforts. This Youth Division report is brought to you by BNSW Campus. Let's jump right into it. It was a close one in the Youth Division 2 men's. Let's check it out. In a close one, the Sydney Comets were able to notch up a roadie over the Manly Sea Eagles on Saturday. It was a shocking loss for the 3rd place Manly side, with the Comets sitting outside the top 6. The Sydney Uni Lions have kept their winning streak alive, securing their 3rd win in a row over the weekend against St. George. By halftime, you couldn't tell who was going to get this W. It was dead even, locked up. These teams was battling it out, straight even, you didn't even know. But a solid last quarter effort by the visitors allowed them to secure the win by just 2 points. James Andrew, a standout over the weekend with 33 points. for the rest of the weekend saw the Central Coast Waves pick up the weekend double, while in the local derby, the Jets were able to comfortably get the job done against the Scorchers. Let's skip over to the Division I Youth Women's. Out at Bankstown, it was one bear against another, with the Bruins giving Norse a second half scare. Fortunately for the visitors, a solid first half allowed for them to pick up the roadie. While in Hornsby's double, they were able to go 1 from 2. On Saturday, convincingly defeating the Razorbacks, 7 out of 8 players had double figures, but were unable to back it up against the competition leaders, the Crusaders, with Shakira Reilly putting on the show with 25 points. In remaining matches, the Newcastle Hunters were able to get the victory thanks to a huge helping from Demi Wilson, who had 34 points, while Manly were also able to get the home victory. And finally, last but definitely not least, it's time for the Division I Youth Men's. Let's start off with the Battle of the Bears, where the Bruins comfortably get the job done at home with 5 players in double figures. The Central Coast Crusaders double saw them go against the Penrith Panthers and the Inner West Bulls. And my man Young Tommy was getting it done, having a solid weekend for the Crusaders. The Blacktown Storm had a scare from the Newcastle Hunters. Fortunately from the home side, Ding Mawan and Makuch Maluch combining for 47 of the Storm's 90 points. In remaining matches, Comets and Maitland were also able to get the wins over the weekend. Now it's time to see who starred over the weekend for our MVP Online.com Player of the Week. And for Division I, we got Kieran Osborne with the Gold Miners dropping 30 points over the weekend. And for the juniors, I'm going to take James Andrews from the Sydney Uni Lions. And for the ladies from the Sydney Comets, Jamie Cohen in the Championship Women's. And for the juniors, Demi Wilson from the Newcastle Hunters. Make sure you're getting your votes in through all of our voting channels. And thanks to your votes from last week, here are your winners. We're going to take Isaac Turner from the Sutherland Sharks and Miss Shakira Reilly from the Central Coast Crusaders. Ooh, now that's a wrap. It was cold at first, but we heated it up. We got you all the scores and topics. That has been the Waratah Rap 15. I'm going to leave you with a quote. It's from my man, Philly the Thrill Jackson. He says, never let your victories go to your head and never let your failures go to your heart. You know me, I always improvise the quotes, but that's just what I do. It's G, and thank you for your time.